Now, Uncle Rosie, he was very sickly all his life. And when he left the orphanage, the lady that he went and lived with, which was Mrs. Chassagrain in Berlin, she talked to him and had him get all against us. You know, he didn't want to have nothing to do with any of us. And many times I would write to him, and he would never answer my letters. Once I sent him a piece of paper with an envelope addressed with a stamp on it, thinking he couldn't afford to buy paper, to write back to me. He never wrote back to me. Never, never. After a while, he finally decided he would write. And then I invited him over when Val and I got married, and he came over and stayed for the weekend. Then after that, we got real friendly and real close, him and I. But I was the only one that he ever went to visit. He never visited anybody else but me. In fact, when he died, people didn't even know where he worked, that he had siblings. You know, they didn't even know that.
Can you,
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah.
can you tell us and your family a little bit about maybe what your brother Rosie did and what he did?
Well, he worked in a shoe shop, a sneaker shoe shop.
Yeah.
And he was very smart, very, very smart.
He was a maintenance man, wasn't he?
He was a maintenance man. And they used to send them overseas to start shops for the company.
It was in Puerto Rico, wasn't it?
Yes, I mean, in Brazil and all those places.
Okay,
I mean, and he started many shops for the company. You know, and he was very, very smart, very smart. He used to build his own furniture. When he got his own apartment, he built his own furniture for his apartment. We used to go down and see him. Yeah.
So he was very good with his hands, very good with his mind.
Yeah. Oh yes. I mean, he was very, very talented.
Yep.
Yeah. Played guitar a lot because he had a guitar. Yeah. When we used to go see him over to the lady where he lived with, we could never sit with Rosie and have a personal talk because the old lady was always there listening to what we had to say. And lots of times she would not allow him to answer the question, she would answer it.
No, I just want to back up there for a second. Who is this lady you're referring to?
Juliet Chassagrain.
And who was Juliet?
She was a foster lady.
Okay.
Yeah.
That he lived with.
That he lived with when
Okay.
he came out of the orphanage at 12 years old.
Yeah.
That's where, because eventually all the boys were to be sent back to Berlin.
The boys, when they got
Turned
out of the
12 years
orphanage,
old.
when they turned 12, the original plan was for all the boys to go back to Berlin. Back to their hometown.
That's right.
But Rosaire, or Rosie as you knew him,
Yeah.
he was the only one of the boys that went back to Berlin.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Because,
he stayed with this Juliet.
yes, which she was a mean old lady.
She was.
Oh my goodness, yes, yeah. I mean, she turned him against. Now, my dad, our dad, wanted to meet with him and kind of have a relationship with him, you know.
With
seeing,
Rosie.
yeah, seeing it was his son,
Yes.
his first son. But the old lady wouldn't allow it.
So when Rosie left the orphanage and went back to Berlin,
Yeah,
his father, your father,
Yeah.
was still there
yes,
living.
yes, 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 yeah. But he never got to get with Rosie because the old lady wouldn't allow it, you know.
So
She-
can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Sure.
Why didn't he go live with our father instead of the foster?
Because he didn't have a place to live. I mean, our father only, you know, the state then placed Rosie. It's the state because we were on the state. And it's the state that ruled that, you know. And knowing the state knew our dad, that he was nothing but a might as well say a bum, drank a lot, womanized a lot, so they didn't think it was the proper place for Rosie to go and live with, which makes sense, you know?